8 times investments on Shark Tank went south quick. Subscribe to the channel and comment down below saying I subscribed to enter this month's shoutout giveaway. Number 1. The Body Jack. Jack Barringer struggled with losing weight and was told by his doctor to do push-ups. But this was difficult for the inventor, so he came up with something to help him out. The Body Jack is a machine that will help you do push-ups. However, in order to get investment money, one of the investors suggested that Barringer should lose some weight. I thought, nobody's going to buy that product when they see that big gut, investor Barbara Corcoran said, according to NY Daily News. The inventor had to lose 30 pounds. He did, and got $180,000 invested into his business. Half of that came from Corcoran, and the other half from Kevin Harrington. But this business deal didn't have a happy ending. The company has seemingly fallen apart without any given reason. My worst was investing in a fast-talking cowboy selling exercise equipment who needed to lose 50 pounds. Corcoran told Forbes, instead, he lost my $50,000.
But now, the best exercise in history is about to meet the 21st century. Introducing Body Jack, the most effective and fun way to do a push-up.
Number 2. Hycon. The company makes a connector for fire hydrants and garden hoses that attaches very quickly. Mark Cuban was so inspired by the product that he invested $1.25 million into the company and a 3-year employment deal. The deal, however, fell through, and the reason behind it sounds personal. The company's founder, Jeff Stroop, announced on Facebook that the investor's ego affected the negotiations, and that Mark Cuban started changing the deal. What drove a wedge between the two parties was the licensing of the design. The company itself is not a failure. There is a professional version of the product, along with a home edition. The business is still running, and Hycon has been shipping the product. According to the Huffington Post, the company was worth $5 million in 2015.
Okay, what we're going to do is begin right now. As you can see, the Hycon is connected. Screwing the threads on the other side the traditional way.
Number 3. Toyguru. The company called itself the Netflix of toys and allowed customers to rent toys for each month. The business seemed like a good idea since kids get tired of their toys quickly, and so Mark Cuban and Kevin O'Leary invested $200,000 for 35%. However, the company filed for bankruptcy. The company filed Chapter 7 on April 6, 2012, only a year after receiving the investment. The company posted on their website that they won't be taking new customers due to tremendous growth before filing. The company officially closed in 2016. Forbes asked the show's investors what their worst deal was, and both Cuban and O'Leary called out Toyguru. Worst deal? Toyguru. Great concept, but they proved unable to execute, said O'Leary.
We have plans that start at $35 a month, and they go all the way up to $89 a month.
It's a lot.
$35 a month?
Right.
And how many families pay you that?
Number 4. You Smell Soap. Megan Cummins went on the show to pitch her luxury soap company. She walked away from the show with a $55,000 deal from Robert Herjavec for 20% of her company. She was also promised a $50,000 per year salary. Things started to go south. Herjavec mailed a contract to Cummins, which reportedly offered her $55,000 for half of the company, but she rejected it, according to the Shark Tank's blog. She also started getting too many orders to fill. The business itself has been able to bounce back and is still in business, but has severed ties with the show. So what would Cummins have done differently? Gone with Mark Cuban, answered the business owner. Robert was shaking my hand as Mark was meeting his offer. It all happened so fast I had no time to think. I've heard nothing but great things about Mark from other people he's invested in. Hindsight is 20/20.
So you have bars just sitting in a warehouse, or
No,
what?
actually, I had those made and already got rid of them, and then almost overnight it ended up going international.
Number 5. Show No Towels. Shelley Eller crossed a towel with a poncho and got a patent for her creation. She licensed it out to Legoland and Six Flags Magic Mountain. Eller went on the show and walked away with a $50,000 check and a partnership with Lori Greiner, but the partnership had a bitter end. Shark Tank deal with Lori Greiner turned to crap, Eller wrote on her blog. I once cursed my shark partner for kicking me to the curb, but now I thank her. She taught me so much more than she thought she did, and none of it was about business. After 6 years, the business ended.
Because you know what? In this towel, there is love in every stitch. Try one. You'll see.
Number 6. Sweet Balls. James McDonald and Cole Egger got $250,000 from Mark Cuban in exchange for 25% of their cake ball company, but the business partners didn't have a good relationship and got into a lawsuit after the show. McDonald sued Egger for breach of contract. Things got even messier when sweetballs.net was redirecting to cakeballs.com, which Egger controlled. This led to McDonald asking for a restraining order. According to the Shark Tank blog, the squabbling most likely is negatively affecting the business and might be the most embarrassing outcome of the show yet.
About 95%.
Oh. Doesn't it scare the sweet balls off you that you have 95% of your sales?
So you're asking for $250,000 for 25%.
Number 7. Cubits. In Season 1, Mark Berginger introduced a puzzle-like toy that can make geometric shapes and designs. Berginger has a patent on the product and sought a $90,000 investment in exchange for a 51% stake in the company. Damon John was the investor who went with Berginger on the condition that he tries to get one of the 4 top toy companies to make a deal with them. According to the Gazette Review, Berginger needed Shark Tank in order to keep himself afloat, but Cubits' sales haven't been promising. After pitching to the 4 top toy companies, Cubits was left empty-handed. This meant the Shark Tank deal also ended, according to Shark Tank's blog. The company, however, has been marching on, and you can find the toy on Amazon.
And give it to the children, they're going to have a chance to learn something with geometry and structure.
Number 8. Hillbilly. Mike Abaticchio and Sean Lees came up with the Hillbilly clothing line and trademarked the name. They appeared on the show seeking $50,000 for a 25% stake in the company. However, after the show, the deal went nowhere for a surprising reason. According to Forbes, investor Jeff Foxworthy said, "When we started dealing with these guys, they said, we just wanted to be on TV for the free advertisement. We didn't really want to do a deal with you. I was sitting there thinking, really? Because you're selling t-shirts outside the back of a van, but if that's the route you want to go, okay."
Well, you watch how people react. You got to know your numbers. You got to be ready for anything. I mean, the sharks are tough. That's why they're called sharks.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.